I think if I had any advice for people starting out on the process of buying a house is that there are definitely options and ways to get into the market that seem a little bit unconventional but might make it more affordable or work better for your lifestyle.
If my daughter was to buy her first property and she'd worked hard to save a deposit, the first thing I would ask her to do is to seek out a financial personal trainer to help her budget and allocate her spend wisely.
Consider whether the location you're looking at is going to have a growing population over the long term. Many people are looking at some parts of the country and saying, I'm going to buy there because the house is relatively cheap. It could be cheap because people are leaving or it's not growing as rapidly as some other areas. So just make sure that you're not fooling yourself into the potential long-term capital gain and possibly going to make it impossible for yourselves in 10 years' time.
Compromise. Know what you want in the next 10 years or 20 years, but work backwards and compromise. It's about getting on the ladder and working your way up to that goal. So buy something that is solid and sound and don't take on a massive major remodel because that could be quite stressful and very expensive.
Do allow for a rise in interest rates. Don't assume that if you're borrowing at 4.5%, the interest rate will always be 4.5%. You should budget for at least one day the interest rate sitting at something like 6.5%.
My top tips for first-time buyers are to have a financial health check. Make sure you do your homework with that financial health check because that will help you set where you are and where you need to be.
Make sure that they know exactly how much they can afford by talking to their bank or to an independent broker, and then just educating themselves about the market as much as possible. The more work you put in, the better result you'll get, and just also to not give up because it can be a really, really tough and emotional process and time consuming as well.